All right, folks. Welcome to 𝗬𝗏𝗠𝗃.tv. I've got a great show for you today. Daniel Brinkley had trouble signing on, so we're having trouble with him. Hopefully he can come on during the show, but really bad technical difficulties. You know, he has these problems with StreamYard, the app that we use sometimes. But, folks, Jared Kushner is now in the spotlight. What are his motives? What's going on with this guy? I'm covering it right now. And I got to say, the intel that Daniel gave me on the phone made me sick to my stomach. Is he getting all the contracts in Gaza? Is he going to get it all, folks? I'm going to cover that right now. Got to say, a lot of stuff breaking. There's almost, to me, no doubt in my mind that it's a land grab, right? We all know that. But could it be, we saw Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump show up there, do the peace deal. Is Jared getting the contracts to build a nice, beautiful Monaco there? Is that what's going on here? Is he really the one getting the contracts? Daniel Brinkley hopefully comes on this show to do it. If not, it'll be on 𝗬𝗏𝗠𝗃.tv. I'm waiting for him. He always has problems with the StreamYard link. And it's I'm sorry about that, folks. Folks, hit the notifications button. Venmo 𝗬𝗏_1977. When the lights go out on Amazon, leave an honest review right there. There it is. I wrote that entire book with my thumb. I text the book. And then my mama's book, The Mexican Mix, on Amazon as well. And folks, I don't know if you saw the interview I did or the podcast I did with my sister. I kind of explained what's going on with the hospital stuff, the whole thing. It's been very hard on my family. My dad is still in the hospital, and we're trying to deal with that right now, and it's been really rough. Folks, get your collagen. A meta-analysis of 23 controlled trials showed that people taking collagen supplements saw real improvements in skin hydration, elasticity, and reductions in wrinkle depth. That means collagen isn't just a beauty fad. It's one of the most studied supplements proven to actually change how your skin looks and feels. I don't think I look too bad for 48. This is why I use today's sponsor, Ageless Multi-Collagen, and I'm obsessed with how it makes my skin look. It supercharges my skin with 5 types of premium collagen needed to help reduce wrinkles. Since I started taking collagen daily, I've noticed smoother skin, more elasticity, fewer fine lines, and a youthful glow, folks. Also, it helps improve my joint health, bone strength, and connective tissues. I'm able to work out a lot longer. Grab a bag of Ageless Multi-Collagen today for 51% off and start experiencing real results. Plus, they have a promotion right now that includes free VIP health and fitness coaching for life, a free ebook titled The 14 Foods for Amazing Skin, and a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, and free shipping with every order, folks. Get on it. I tell you, you won't regret it, especially when your skin starts feeling nicer. I've noticed like the texture of my skin feels better, and I have more of a youthful glow. Yeah. All right. So X is Nino Boxer, PatriotWear.com, Bing right there. 𝗬𝗏𝗠𝗃.tv, 𝗬𝗏𝗠𝗃's up there right now. John Pounders is up there right now. Great podcast with John Pounders. He kind of wanted to get he actually interviewed me basically, and he wanted my perspective on Charlie Kirk, the Charlie Kirk assassination. And all I got to say about that is I was sent a tweet today about Candace Owens, and I couldn't agree more. And I think what she's going to do is blow the whole lid off everything. She writes in her text, she says, basically everyone's involved. She says, don't worry about the gag order in the Charlie Kirk case. I plan to violate it on the world's behalf. The things I've discovered this past week are enough to burn the house down. Yes, Charlie was betrayed by everyone. Now, I don't know what she means by everyone. Now, I had my suspicions about certain players in Turning Point, and I brought that out very clearly. I even did a show on Erica Kirk. Now, I'm not saying Erica Kirk is guilty of anything. I'm just saying there's some things there that I'm like, I don't know if things add up, but I don't know. I'm leaving this to Candace Owens. The ball's in her court. Let her go for the slam dunk on this one. I'm just observing, okay? I'm just a spectator in all this. But I got to say, my gut feeling tells me Uh-oh. What you covering? Something tells me everyone's implicated, and that's just an opinion. Also, folks, Nino's Corner.tv, Ringside with Nino, October 29th. October 29th at 5 p.m. That's the Ringside with Nino, October 29th. And then October 30th, the next day, Sheila Holm and 𝗬𝗏 double hitter. Double hitter. So it's a double host General Tent podcast. And that's going to be fire, folks. Yeah. All right. And then Nino's Corner, 𝗬𝗏, John Pounders, Mike Fury's coming on today, Daniel Brinkley. If he doesn't show up on this podcast because he has technical problems, he is able to sign into Zoom. He's just not able to sign into StreamYard. His mic and his camera doesn't work. And we've gone through the settings with him and everything, and it just does not work. So I'll bring him on Nino's Corner.tv to talk about Jared Kushner. And let me tell you something, folks. There's a lot here. And if you know anything about Daniel Brinkley, he has a past with the intelligence. And that's all I'm going to say. Very smart man, putting his reputation on the line. And we're going to be talking a lot about Jared Kushner today, either on this podcast or on Nino's Corner.tv. And there's a lot there. There's a lot there. So this guy's always kind of lurking in the shadows of Trump. Always behind Trump with that look on his face, with that smirky grin. What's his story? What's his real story? Is he going to be benefiting from Gaza being destroyed? Is he the one that's going to be benefiting? You know his address, folks. 666. What's his address? Alex, if you can, put up his address on the screen here so people can see it as I'm going through this. What's Jared Kushner's New York address, his building on? Is it 666 Main Street? I'm not sure what it is. Someone put it up in the comments, but I know it's 666. Could you be any more obvious? I don't know. I'm just saying. Also, Stuart Swerdlow's coming on. Colonel Towner Watkins is coming on. And without further ado, folks, I give you a chance to turn it down. Yes, I do. I give you a chance to turn it down or turn it up. But here we go, folks. It's on. It's on like Donkey Kong today, folks. Coming at you live from the apocalypse, folks. Yeah. I've been doing this for 5 years. Can you believe this? 5 years. And I guess I just can't get away from it. I'm going to have to keep doing this. Geez, can you imagine? I'm like 55, 60 doing this. You're like, no, Nino, you got to stop. You got to pivot now. You got to be more professional. You can't keep doing these things. You can't keep acting like a jackass. But until the news changes, I'm going to keep reading it the same way because it deserves to be read this way. Okay? It sucks. It is what it is. So let's get into this. Who is Jared Kushner? As I said, we all see him lurking in the shadows with that evil grin behind Trump. There it is, 666. There he is. Now, I'm not saying he's the Antichrist. I'm not saying that. I think there's other players, but I think he's playing a big role. I think he's going to be playing a massive role. His real estate address is 666, folks. And I don't know the exact street. What is the exact street? Alex, do you have the exact street on there? 5th Avenue, 666 5th Avenue. There it is. But what are his ties to Israel and Trump? That bothers me. And I know it bothers many of you. What are his true ties to Israel and to Trump? No, he's married to Ivanka. But is he secretly getting all the deals, the backdoor deals? Daniel Brinkley will uncover all of this either today on this show or on Nino's Corner.tv if we don't get him in today. So are they going to be, in essence, the king and queen of the new Monaco in Gaza? Is that what's happening here? Is Ivanka and Jared going to be set for life? Are they really getting the backdoor deals? Are they getting the backdoor contracts to Gaza? Is that why they're showing up for the peace deals, folks? I'm just asking the question. I'm just asking questions here, and you know what I do. I'm not controlled by anybody. I say what I want to say. Someone put it in here. I think it's 666 Park Avenue. Jared is married to Ivanka Trump. They show up for the peace deal. So is all of this going to explode on Israel? Who will turn against Israel at this time? And what Daniel told me is what they're saying they're going to do for the Palestinians is just not true. Kushner's dad is in jail for robbing Medicare, and now he's the ambassador of France. They free the hostages, but is it just really all just smoke and mirrors? Is that just smoke and mirrors? Folks, it's time we start looking into the layers of the onion here, and one of them is Jared Kushner. And I'm just going to put that out there. And I'm going to talk about it more with Daniel Brinkley today, either on this program, if he gets on, or on ninoscorner.tv. But it seems to me like he's going to be getting the big contracts. And I'm just posing the question. Do you feel like we could trust Jared Kushner, folks? Let me know. Put it in the chat. If you believe the left-wing media lies, they will tell you that 7 million people turned out at the No Kings protest rallies. And a lot of them were showing old footage on the news from 2017 and 18, okay? Old footage of crowds. Folks, I don't believe it. I don't think 7 million people turned out. I think a lot of people did turn out. Nothing near with the number they're telling you. But I think that's what they have to do. And this is going to continue, and it's going to escalate. And, you know, folks, like I said before, I had a great show planned with him. He was coming on, and he had to bail at the very last second. I had to switch up. I got Daniel ended up calling me and talking about Jared Kushner. He goes, I got to relay this information to you on your show. And then, bam, all of a sudden we couldn't get him on. So if I have to hold this show down by myself today, then that's the way it is. I mean, how do they even know that they had 7 million people there? I mean, we know that they were tracked and traced, right? You all do know that. You know that they're all now, like, in a database. But, I mean, how do they know 7 million people showed up? Did they have hand counters there? The little click thing that they used to do when they used to let you into clubs? How do they know 7 million people arrived? And I saw it all over their social media accounts. Oh, the tide is turning. 7 million people. I doubt it. I doubt it. I might say a couple million, but I ain't saying 7 million. That's what the MSN's pushing. That's what they're telling you. But I seriously doubt it. The left has one play left to play, folks. They have one play left. And it's getting cleaned up, and I'm telling you that right now. And that's why I was going to bring on SGN on civil unrest, chaos, and the hopes of a civil war. That's their play. That's where they're at right now. And with the government shutdown, they got to work quick. And World War III would be optimal, by the way. They will fund more protests, use left-wing propaganda and late-night personalities like Jimmy Kimmel, while getting politicians like Schumer and Adam Schiff to rally the left. So they're going to be throwing gasoline all over this fire. All of this will amp up as indictments continue to roll out, and more are coming. Names like Adam Schiff are coming down the pipeline. I promise you that. In fact, if you talk to Juanito, he expects some kind of big play this month. The clock is ticking, folks. It's all systems go for both sides as everything begins to escalate. There's no other way it could go. We are heading into a climax. Let's not forget we still have 3-Eye Atlas to look forward to. And if you look on social media, folks, alien UFOs and ships are all over the skies. They're everywhere. It's getting ridiculous. It's almost go time, folks. The big show is going to begin. You better believe it. But what comes first, the chicken or the egg? The event to change humanity forever? Does Trump sign the Insurrection Act first? Does he sign it after? I have a feeling it's going to be after the big finale. That's when I think he does it, and that's when all the cleanup happens. All the pieces of the chessboard are in order. They're in place right now. I'm hearing more cities to come. San Francisco, other cities. Even in Texas, I've heard that there could be National Guard for what's coming. Everything will begin to intensify as left rallies become more frequent and charged. So they're going to have more of these No Kings rallies. But believe me when I tell you, folks, you got to let them happen at first. You got to let them play out so you can track and trace. You got to know who the organizers are. You got to have all the intricacies of the web. And that's what I feel is going on right now. So when the big sweep comes, because it's coming, believe me when I tell you, when the big sweep comes, you know who everyone is. And guess what? These raids they do at people's houses, knock, 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 and then the kick comes through the door, and the person is just pulled out of their house in the middle of the night. That's what happens. They're traced, traced, all of them. And I think it's going to happen sooner than you think. Now, when is this massive event going to happen that I believe will change humanity forever? I don't know. I think it would seem like the best indicator would be in the fall. And that's why I'm going to bring Daniel Brinkley, Stuart Swerdlow, 𝗬𝗏, all of them on Nino's Corner.tv to talk about this. And I'm just going to read a verse from the Bible really fast here because I really do believe we're coming into this time. And it's Luke 21:26. Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. This is the part of Jesus' teachings about the signs of the end of times, describing the fear and distress that will grip people as world-shaking events unfold. I think we are in right now the great quickening, folks. The great quickening, when just like in the Bible it says, all these things will come to pass. Men's hearts will fail them. So what would that be? What would that look like? Men's hearts failing them. What would that really look like? Well, to me, men's hearts fail them would have to be something out of this world. Something completely out of this world. I don't know, like something that out of the sky, a UFO, aliens. I don't know, folks. You decide on that one. But for men's heart to fail them, I would believe it would have to have something to do with a comet, maybe. I mean, a ship, Three-Eye Atlas, maybe. That's the card they're going to use. I can't guarantee that. I don't know. My guess is as good as any of yours. But I know we are going into this time, into this window. I don't know, folks. I'm just bringing it out. I lay it out for you all to play it out, right? Also, so much for the ceasefire. The ceasefire. Israel launches attack on Gaza after it says Hamas violated the ceasefire. Now, I'm hearing they're back to normal right now. But, folks, you know as well as I do, this is not going to stop. Come on, who are we kidding here? They've got to have the destruction of Gaza because there's a lot of land and a lot of money to be made. But they got to perceivably look like, we're coming to a deal. Everything's good. Oh, they violated the peace treaty. Who violated it? Well, Hamas violated it. And then according to Hamas, Israel violated it. The Israel military said on October 19th that Hamas violated the ceasefire by firing an anti-tank missile at Israeli defense forces operating in the Rafah area. The IDF said it responded with strikes in the area to eliminate the threat and dismantle the tunnel shafts and military structures that Hamas terrorist group was using. These terrorist actions constitute a blatant violation of the ceasefire agreement, and the IDF will respond firmly, as they always do. As they always do. Hamas-controlled Gaza health authorities said that two Palestinians were killed in Israel's airstrikes in the eastern 𝗪𝗓, I think that's a 𝗪𝗓, an area of northern Gaza. The Times of Israel reported that the military was carrying out airstrikes in the Rafah area after Hamas attacked forces there. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Israel will retaliate forcefully to any of Hamas's attacks on its soldiers. So let me know what you all think. I mean, it does kind of seem like we're in this window of time right now where everything's quickening. Everything's happening faster and faster. And I don't think, actually, I feel like I know that nobody wants peace in the Middle East. I mean, we all know that. That'll never be attained. But they do want the land. They do want the land. And is Jared Kushner getting the contracts to build a beautiful Monaco there? Huh. I'm just asking the questions. Israel says it has begun renewed enforcement of the ceasefire hours after carrying out a wave of strikes on Gaza. The Israel Defense Forces and Hamas have accused each other of breaching the ceasefire deal today. Earlier, the IDF said Hamas fired an anti-tank missile and gunfire toward the IDF troops near Rafah, where the militant group says it is unaware of any clashes. There, Hamas has said Israel continues to breach the agreement. So they're going to both said it's going to be he said, she said, or he said, and it's always going to be you breached it, no, you breached it, no, you breached it. So therefore, let's keep fighting. These people hate each other. They all believe they're the rightful owners of the land, and they're going to go to the death in this, folks. And that's what we should always believe. That's the way it's going to be. Nothing's going to change this. Nothing is going to change this. It says in the Bible, right? I got to tell you, like, I know I'm a born-again Christian. I'm a new Christian. It all adds up to me. It all adds up to me. I keep going back, and as much as I strayed away from the Bible, I just keep going back to it. It's like the truth is there, and that's my opinion. But folks, I'm telling you, it's all there. As it said it would play out. FBI director says hunting stand found near Trump's Air Force One exit area. Are you kidding me? So I'm going to bring John Carmen on back again to talk about this. He was a United States Secret Service. But is it me, folks, or how do they just find this hunting stand? Didn't they see someone? I mean, where were the people watching this area? Shouldn't all that whole area, that whole perimeter of the area be watched? Shouldn't they have people watching this stuff? Call me crazy, but, we were always told, oh, Trump's highly insulated. He's very protected. And then Butler, Pennsylvania happened. So excuse me if I have questions, but the fact that there's a fucking treehouse by the Air Force One where someone can, shoot Trump, I don't know. That raises a lot of questions for me, like who's in charge of his detail? Because why is that even there? Didn't they see the person putting this together, building the tree house? I mean, wouldn't that raise questions? Like, gee, who's that guy in the tree? I don't know. Doesn't it take a while to build a tree house? I'm just saying. These are logical questions that I have. So they're saying that it was an outpost for somebody with a long-range rifle for Trump. When Trump arrives from Air Force One and he exits, they got a clear shot right there. How did this even get there? Folks, if you think that assassination attempts are not still on the table, you're wrong. You're very, very wrong. They're out to get this guy. They are out to get this guy. And folks, to me, he's our only hope and our last hope. And that's just the truth. He's our only hope and our last hope. United States Secret Service spotted a suspicious stand near the Air Force One zone in Palm Beach. The FBI is investigating, Patel wrote on X, also linking to his interview on Fox News. What do you all think about Kash Patel? I'm just curious. Leave your comments in. Has he been a letdown for you? Has he superseded all your expectations? What do you think? What's your thoughts on Kash Patel? Leave it in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on Kash Patel. I've had him on my show many times. I still like the guy. I still owe him a steak dinner, but ever since he became FBI director, I haven't heard from him. He doesn't write. He doesn't text. None of that. I don't know. Maybe I'll just ask some real difficult questions. I don't know what's going on. This podcasting business is a strange, strange business, folks. I got to tell you that. No Kings protest passed in festival atmosphere as an estimated 7 million people across the United States rally against Trump's authoritarianism. Is it me, folks, or do you watch this stuff? I mean, have you seen these videos and you just get sick to your stomach? Like, wow, there's that many stupid people out there. There's that many misinformed people. That's what we're dealing with, folks, right there. A lot of misinformed people that have no idea what's going on. But you got to hand it to the MSN. I mean, they did play their cards correctly. They did put out all that information. They really got people brainwashed, don't they? Nearly 7 million demonstrators is what they're saying here in small towns and cities across the country showed up for No Kings protest to rally against Donald Trump's presidency, according to organizers. The president declared he was not a king on Fox News on Friday, but that didn't stop millions of rally goers in more than 2,500 locations across the United States from protesting the second Trump administration. Saturday's event marked the third mass mobilization since Trump reclaimed the White House and one of the largest single-day nationwide demonstrations in U.S. history, surpassing the more than 5 million demonstrators who turned up to the first iteration of the No Kings protest in June, organizers said. So I think it's just a matter of time till they build this up, and then boom, a false flag is inserted. That's what I think is coming. And if you know, obviously, that where most of these protests are happening in the cities like, I don't know, Portland, Chicago, San Francisco, California, Los Angeles, when it gets colder, I think we're looking at an event taking place, folks. That's where I think this is going. I think the protests, they got to do this fall, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, and I don't have any validation. Nobody has a crystal ball on this, but something tells me, let's just, for safety purposes, folks, we all know something big has to happen before 2026 midterms. Is Trump going to sign an executive order for in-person paper ballots? There's a lot of things at play here, a lot of moving parts to this game. It's move and counter move, which I understand from boxing. I get that. But you got people like this guy, Bernie Sanders, Chuck Schumer, Adam Schiff, really getting out there and rallying, let's call them the troops, the misfits. Folks, they're going for an insurrection. That's what's happening here. That's what's going on here. They're rallying the left. They want chaos. That is the only play they have left. That's it. Adam Schiff was seen at the No Kings protest in Washington, D.C., urging the crowd to defend our democracy and say no to kings. I'm hearing that this guy, Adam Schiff, is going to be indicted really soon. I'm hearing he's next on the chopping block. Adam Shifty Schiff. Yeah. Oh, Adam Shifty Schiff. Pencil neck Schiff. There he is. You know, I'm sure just like you, I'm amazed and astounded. I'm in awe how these people keep getting out there. But when you understand, they don't think they're going to jail. They're very arrogant, folks. They know the only play they have left to save their asses is chaos. Look at this guy, Bill Nye, the science guy. Now, tell me that's not a shill. All these personalities losing control, losing grip of control and power. And now with the government shutdown, they're in real deep shit. And I think this government shutdown is going to last a lot longer than any of you think. I think this goes all the way through the holidays, folks, until the Democrats bend a knee. But you know what? They may not. They may not bend a knee. And that's why it's going to be really bad. Really, really bad for the Democrats, because now Trump gets to make the moves he's always wanted to make. Boy, I tell you, folks, having family in the hospital and trying to put together a podcast has been really hard for me. I really accept all the prayers. I thank you for all the prayers. It's been so damn tough on my soul and on my body. I'm exhausted. I know you all can see it in me, but I keep coming and doing the shows because, you know, I have that boxing work ethic, and I just don't stop. I mean, you all are keeping me going. All of you that are here today are really helping me get through my days, my life right now. If I didn't have you, maybe I'd be back in the bar drinking. I don't know. Right now, I feel like breaking. I feel like going back to the bar and just saying fuck it to everything. I'm telling you, you guys have been really good to me, and I'm trying to do my best to bring you the best information I can because you've been so good to me and showing up to my podcast. I just thank you so much. It's been really hard. You know, my dad is going down that slippery slope once again. And it's been tough. Been really tough. As No Kings protest decry Trump, surveillance worries emerge. People who take part in Saturday's mass No Kings protest against President Donald Trump administration say they may be targeted for federal government surveillance with a range of technology that could include facial recognition and phone hacking. Civil libertarian said, well, you think? You think so? No Kings organizers expected 2,600 people rally or 2,600 rallies across all 50 U.S. states, but the level of surveillance at protests and the type of technology in use is likely to be both location-specific and dependent on the police forces present, said 𝗀𝗏 a security and privacy activist with the Electronic Frontier Foundation, said Friday. Think about artificial intelligence. Think about all the surveillance we're going to have. All these people that go, you better believe they're going to be tracked and traced. Just like the Ghost has said on my channel many times on Nino's Corner.tv that everyone that crossed here, we know who they are. Everyone that came over during the Biden administration, they were all tracked and traced. Plus, they were given credit cards. Folks, we know who these people are. That's why I know that a lot of these important top heads of cartels were taken down from the get-go, even during the Biden administration. They're going in, knocking down doors, taking these people down. El Chapo and El Mayo should have never been caught or arrested during the Biden administration. So makes you ponder the thought, 45, 46, 47, Trump. Yeah, I think it holds a lot of water, if you ask me. I think it holds a lot of water. So now Soros is preparing to battle Trump. He's getting ready to battle the Trump administration soon after a Justice Department official instructed attorneys to probe George Soros' philanthropic empire last month. Soros' son Alex joked to a friend that the Stalinists had a saying for this. Give me the man and I will give you the case against him. Alex Soros recounted to former Ithaca, New York Mayor 𝗬𝗵𝗶𝗍. Threats from the Trump administration are mounting toward the two Soroses and other Democrat mega donors as the president has accused them of supporting violent protests and engaging in unlawful activity. In addition to the Justice Department's scrutiny, the Trump administration is preparing changes at the Internal Revenue Service that would allow the agency to more easily pursue criminal inquiries of left-leaning groups like, drum roll please, the Soros-funded Open Society, folks. Yep. So, officials at the foundation say their activities are lawful and thoroughly documented, and that they haven't been contacted by the Justice Department or the IRS. The foundation is continuing to hand out millions of dollars in grants, even as it grids for a fight. So how is this going to turn out? I think now that he's claimed Antifa is a terrorist organization, it's going to go right up their ass. That's what I see coming. Lawyers for the group have started preparing briefs to respond to the expected IRS nonprofits. Meanwhile, is warning Capitol Hill offices that the administration could use investigations to push financial institutions to debank or freeze the accounts. Debank or freeze the accounts associated with major Democratic donors, including Soros, which could damage Democrats' prospects in the 2026 midterms and beyond. So think about this, folks. This is all strategy, all chess moves right here. Alex Soros, the 39-year-old son of the Hungarian billionaire and husband to the Democratic strategist 𝗬𝗏 𝗏. Now, you all know about her. She likes to hang out with Hillary Clinton and do some really evil shit. Allegedly. In 2023, he took charge of his father's philanthropy and super PAC. I would even question, do you think George Soros is even still alive? How old is he supposed to be now? 95, 96? I've had questions if he's even alive. He's probably on his deathbed right now. The government shutdown could last longer than ever and it could be the longest lasting ever recorded in history, maybe running until Thanksgiving or longer. I think it's going to go longer. What might be the economic damage? Well, the ongoing government shutdown, once widely viewed as a 2 or 3 week affair, is morphing into a Washington debacle that easily could extend into November or beyond. And an end to the showdown requires either White House engagement on a deal or Democrats to cave to the Republican demands. As of now, there are no signs of either, and analysts at Beacon Policy Advisors in a note, the current shutdown could be the running for the longest federal shutdown in history, in American history. So this could go way past Thanksgiving and way past Christmas. And if you understand the strategy in this, Trump is actually shrinking the government, folks. This month's partial shutdown will have lasted 20 days as of Monday, while the record for the longest closure is held by the 35-day shutdown that took place nearly 7 years ago during Donald Trump's first term as president. All done on purpose. And if you go look at the sites, the government sites, it all says it's because it's due to the Democratic Party. A lot of people are not getting paid right now. A lot of people. Patrick Byrne on X writes, how interesting. Bolton's lawyer is Abe Lowell, also lawyer to Venezuelan mafia, CFO, and numerous other mafia figures. What is the phrase for a lawyer who takes numerous mafia figures as his clients? Put it in the comments right there, folks. And folks, let me get into my mid-roll. Headlines everywhere talk about Ozempic and similar miracle weight loss shots. But what most people don't realize is this, and I know a lot of people are on Ozempic. I hope you get off this stuff. We don't know the long-term effects. We don't know what it's going to do, folks. There's a lot of health hazards in this stuff, allegedly. But listen to this. Realizing this major analysis just found that people who stop taking these injections gain nearly all their weight back within a year, and who knows what health problems you have. That's the catch. These drugs only work while you're on them. They're expensive at the moment, and then when you stop, your body starts fighting back, and you've lost lots of money. This is why I use this new product, and I'm obsessed with how it works. It makes my body look and feel great. GLP-1 Elevate helps my body naturally trigger the same hunger-controlling, craving-reducing signals that Ozempic would, but without the needles, prescriptions, or side effects. It promotes safety and fullness, helps reduce hunger hormones, supports weight loss instead of muscle loss, and even helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels so that I finally get results that last. Grab a bag of BioTrust GLP-1. It's a safe route to all this. I use it, folks. I use it while I fast. It helps my fasting. And start experiencing real results only at Health with Nino, baby. Or is it Trim with Nino? This one's Trim with Nino. It's Trim with Nino. The promotion right now includes a 60-day satisfaction guarantee with every order and free shipping on subscriptions. Once again, that's Trim with Nino. Get on it, folks. And I got to say, try this before you do Ozempic. It's your best bet. Do this stuff before you use Ozempic. It's the safer route, and it works. I have no cravings. I feel just fine throughout the whole day. I'm able to fast sometimes 18, 24 hours. I'm fine with it. I know you all think that's a little extreme, but it's how I keep the weight off, because I figured out if I can't control what I eat, I control when I eat. So if I'm like, man, I should go for a burger right now, I have a window of time that I eat. And this stuff, this GLP-1, just knocks the cravings out. And I just don't have the cravings. And I still enjoy the food. It's not like you don't enjoy the food. You're just not that part of your brain that says eat. It's not there anymore. It's not there. I'm just like, all right, I'm good. I'm cool. I drink some water and I fill up my stomach with water. I go hit the treadmill, whatever. It works great. Amazon Web Services outage hits major websites. What we know so far is recovery begins. The website Down Detector said the user reports indicate problems at sites including Amazon, Snapchat, Disney Plus, Reddit, and 𝗀𝗏. Crypto exchange Coinbase reported that many users were unable to access the service due to the outages. Social media users also cited disruption across cloud-based games including Roblox and Fortnite. Amazon Web Services, a leader in the cloud infrastructure market, reported a major outage on Monday, taking down numerous big-name websites. I also heard it had something to do with the airlines, airports. So, folks, I don't know. Right now, I don't know about you. I'm not really enjoying flying. I'm kind of nervous. I'm a nervous flyer already, but right about now, I'm just like, I'm going to sit this one out for the fall until the government gets up running again. I don't know. I don't want to have any mishaps or accidents. So I'm just kind of laying low. I'm driving everywhere right now, but I haven't been able to go anywhere because my dad. So, I'm just dealing with that right now. Military plans to fire artillery over California freeway on Saturday? Rounds were fired on Friday across Interstate 5. This would have been last Saturday as part of a test for Saturday's event in Southern California. The governor said that the state would shut a section of the freeway down. The Marines plan to fire a 155 millimeter artillery shells over a major freeway in Southern California on Saturday as part of the demonstration at Camp Pendleton to celebrate the Marine Corps' 250th anniversary. I guess it's kind of like, oh, you're having the No Kings protest? We're going to do this. So they had to shut down the freeway for the military to fire over it. Pretty crazy. And in Pope Leo news, everyone loves Pope Leo. The direct opposition against Trump, basically. He's all for immigration, right? He's all for immigration. Everyone should open up their doors to immigration, except the Vatican. They have all the gold, and they have the tallest walls. They keep everybody out. But, we got to listen to this guy. Pope Leo has created 7 new saints, including a one-time Satanist. What? Yeah, he's a one-time Satanist priest who reconverted back to Christianity. Oh, boy. At a mass in St. Peter's Square. Huge portraits of the 7 who. So I didn't even know this, but I guess they still, it's, I guess, common sense. They would still be ordaining saints, right? So they got 7 new saints. And they are, who included a lay catechist from New Guinea, an archbishop killed in the American genocide, a Venezuelan doctor of the poor, and 3 nuns who dedicated their lives to the poor and to the sick, were unfurled from the facade of St. Peter's Basilica at the start of the service. But the thing that gets me is the ex-Satanist. I mean, okay, all right, we got to forgive everybody. I understand that. He's a born-again Christian or a Catholic. Okay, I guess I give him the benefit of the doubt. We all need to forgive and forget, right? Move on. But still, why'd they have to put this in the headline? Ex-Satanist. I don't know. I think that's telling a lot. That's just to me. Today we have before us 7 witnesses and 7 new saints who, with God's grace, kept the lamp of faith burning, said the Pope. I don't know. Folks. All right, I'm going to get to some super chats. I just saw a huge super chat get in here. All right. 𝗬𝗪, thank you, David, for being you. May Father bless you and your beautiful family. Thank you. Folks, I know I'm in the twilight zone right now, like the twilight years. They say when you have children, it's a golden blink. And when you have elderly parents, when they're getting ready to go, that's also the golden blink. And I know I'm in it. And I am just sick every day with adrenaline. And my stomach right now has knots in it, folks. I'm just being honest with you. Like right now, as I'm doing this, even talking about this, I have knots in my stomach and I have adrenaline pumping through my veins. So to get up here every day and do this is taking a lot to put together the show, especially when people fall out and they disappear, they come back or they can't sign on. And I promise you all, Daniel Brinkley's coming on. It's coming on. And then they cancel at the last second, or they have obligations to fulfill, or they can't sign on. I just have to hold the show together. I wasn't planning to do this show by myself today. And it's not that I'm getting lazy. I'm just trying to take the pressure off myself by bringing guests on, because it's a lot of work to do these shows alone, but I do them, and I have the confidence to do it. Thank you, 𝗬𝗪, very much. Kelly Panetsky, super sticker. Thank you so much, Kelly. Ash, please look at Universal Ostrich Farm in Canada. Why would I look at an ostrich farm in Canada? Maybe you can fill me in on the chat. I don't know what you're talking about there. Mario P, the protests here in El Paso, Texas, look like they were protesting Chick-fil-A. How many people showed up here in El Paso, I wonder? I mean, El Paso's not big on protests. Nobody gives a shit. It's hard to get anybody in El Paso off the couch. I'm going to tell you that right now. Nobody rolls off the couch for shit in El Paso. I got to tell you. The hospitals, folks, oh, man. What a nightmare. What a nightmare this has been. What a nightmare. There's some good nurses. I'm not going to throw them all under the bus, but folks, what a friggin' nightmare, man. Just so incompetent all across the board. And they don't care. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. They don't give a shit. And that's what scares me, is that we have to be here. My sister has to fly in. She has to be on top of everything. We're both hands-on everything. I mean, it's scary. It's scary stuff. Bonnie Blackwood, why is the tree stand in the news? This is how to catch someone. This is not how to catch someone. Lay in wait, just saying. Nino, I'm praying for you and for you to stay strong. That makes sense. Yeah, I think you have a good point there. Like, why would they watch that area and wait till the individual shows up and then arrest him? Good point. I would have been scouting. Very good point. Excellent point. Set the trap. Let the person show up. You're right. See, doesn't that kind of lower your confidence on everything? Didn't we all just think that, like, yeah, maybe he should be, you would expect the president to be a hell of a lot more insulated and protected, but it's like he's not. It's like a joke. I don't know. I would have never thought they would have even got that shot off on him in Butler, Pennsylvania, much less Charlie Kirk. How is this even happening, folks? It just shows you that there's some very, very powerful people involved here. All right, Mark Vane, huge contribution. Thank you, brother. I really need it. Thank you. Nino, prayers for you, your parents, and family. All of your guests lately have been well over the target. Great information, especially the one with your sister. Such a disgrace how the hospitals are still after 2020. Yeah, I agree. It's complete laziness. We have to be informed and educated going against the DS. Truth will prevail. God wins. Yeah, I got to tell you, folks, I'm more scared of hospitals than I am prisons. I've been in jail, and I feel a lot safer there when I was in jail. Hospitals, man, you're putting your life in these people's hands, and it's like none of them know what the fuck is going on. None. And they don't give a shit either. And I'm not going to, like I said, not all of them are like that. There's some good ones there. That's why I'm not going to name names and hospitals and all. I'm just going to say there's some good people in those hospitals that did go over, above and beyond for us. But the majority of them did not. They just don't care. And I just wonder, it'd be like, how would I be a fighter and not care about my craft in boxing? I'd get knocked out every fight. How do you go into something in life and not give a fuck? How do you not care about your patients? How do you not want to go the extra mile for all of your patients? Aren't you in this? Are you just in it for the buck because it's easy? And you're like, I like to do the work. I can do it. Some of them don't even speak English. And we're in America. And they don't speak English. Samaj, we had those protests Saturday here in Cleveland. Yeah, I know they were everywhere, but I don't think it was 7 million, just my opinion. I don't think it was 7 million. Next one, Samaj. What's the story behind the upside down Texas hat? I don't know. I just think it looks cool. I don't know. I just saw it and I was like, yeah, cool. I'm kind of upside down myself. Ostrich Farm government overreach needs voices. Okay, I got to look into this because I don't know what you're talking about. I guess that's it with Super Chat, and I'm going to get into some what the fuck news. Donald Trump shares AI video of himself. This guy's the master troller. Of himself bombing No Kings protesters with shit. So Donald Trump has made an AI video of himself as a fighter pilot bombing protesters with feces. So it comes after more than 7 million activists rallied across the U.S. on Saturday for No Kings protests against what they perceive to be the authoritarian and corrupt policies of Mr. Trump's administration. In an interview with Fox News, Mr. Trump refuted the premises of the protest. They say they're referring to me as a king. I'm not a king. But just a day later, he shared the AI-generated video of himself in a fighter jet with the words King Trump strewn across it. I love this guy. I'm sorry. I just love it. In the clip shared to the Truth social media platform, the U.S. president is wearing a military uniform and a jeweled golden crown as he hit the hit Danger song by Kenny Loggins plays in the background. So that's obviously from Top Gun. That's hilarious. The plane hovers over the No Kings protesters marching through the Times Square and bombs them with brown liquid that appears to be feces, folks. Yeah, I love it. See, folks, all right. Just because I'm I'm asking questions about Jared Trump. I mean, yeah, basically, Jared Kushner doesn't mean I'm still not in board with Trump. I'm still a Trump backer till I'm not, right? And I'm just raising questions. I'm still a Trump supporter all the way. I think we got another super chat, Alex. A last second super chat, did we? Beverly Adams, we still need to discuss a swing far right theory. The swing far right theory, I think, is kind of happening, right? I sent an email to your personal. Okay, Beverly. So the swing far right. I've always said we've all watched the pendulum swing far left, and now we're watching it swing to the right. Just how far right is this going? That's my question. I mean, was this all done by design? I mean, excuse me if I think we all have our critical thinking, our tinfoil hats on, and we all have critical thinking skills. Josh Hensley, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, of timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really just hope I can get my dad out of this storm. I just want to get him home. He's aspirating, so he's getting water in his lungs, and it's getting cold season, so we're hoping it doesn't turn into pneumonia. It's just getting really bad, folks. And when people are elderly, anything can happen, and that's where we're at. And I know I'm trying to be very open with you all with what's happening in my life, so I'm still knocking out the podcast, and I'm still bringing awesome videos to ninoscorner.tv, folks. I'm telling you. I think there was another one, Alex. Was there another one there? Scott Malzberger. Hi, Nino. How's Striker the kitty? Oh, he's awesome. I never thought I'd be a cat owner, but I'm a cat owner now, and I love the cat. They're so much easier than dogs. If I leave town, I have someone come and feed him like every other day. Like I fill up this container and just make sure he has fresh water. They're not like dogs. They're a lot easier, and they're just as lovable. They're just as lovable. So I don't know. I like cats, and they're easier to take care of right now, and that's why I need everything kind of easy in my life right now. That's kind of where I'm at with all this. I need everything to just be calmado, easy. Joshua Lives, God bless you, Nino. We appreciate you, and we only hope the best for you. You are a warrior, my friend, and we love and appreciate you very much. Stay strong, brother. Thank you, Joshua. I appreciate you, man. I'm having nightmares at night. I'm waking up in cold sweats with everything that's going on. My mom has severe dementia. My dad is seizures, and now hopefully he doesn't have this turning into pneumonia. I mean, we are in the trenches right now, folks, and it's like I have PTSD. Every time I get a call from a nurse or every time I get a call from my parents' house, I get a shock going through my system. It just sucks. It just, all I can say just sucks. It's like, I saw a video on YouTube. It said when, the black swan of life is when you lose your parents. And this has been ongoing for 5 years for me, It's been really, really brutal. It's been brutal. It's been brutal for me. Alex, you there?
Hey, Nino.
So I think we did all right. We held the show together by ourselves, right? I mean,
yeah. You
gotta think quick, man. It's like, geez, man, I had SGN on, and this morning, sorry, brother, I gotta cancel, blah blah blah, his kid. And I was like, okay, I understand that. And then Daniel couldn't get on for the StreamYard, so it's like all these things happen behind the scenes that people don't know about. It's hard, man.
Yeah, you just do your best, and I think we're gonna work on trying to sort out Daniel's technical thing. So hopefully, because he's been on the show before,
but I don't think he's been on StreamYard. Has he been on StreamYard?
I thought that he was with us the one back in like February or March or something last year. And so something happened between then. So it's got to be fixable. But
dude, I don't know, man. I just,
it's
it's just expected as part of the, I guess you call it showbiz, internet biz. I don't know what this is. This is all still very alien to me. I don't know. I don't know what any of this is, dude. I'm just like, I never would have thought or imagined after my boxing career I'd be doing YouTube videos. I didn't even know what I didn't even know what a podcaster was. Dude,
I know, man.
We are. I don't know. But things are heating up. I know you feel. How do you feel about it? Do you feel like, honestly, like from what you're seeing and what you're watching right now, do you feel like we are heading towards a showdown or a type of climax?
Yeah, I mean, it really does seem that way. And, with indictments happening and all this stuff that we've, you've been saying for years, and other people with arrests coming down the, indictments and people being held accountable, it's starting to happen. It doesn't, I know all of us are like, we wanted it to happen 5 years ago already, but the rest of everybody else has to sort of catch up and be brought along. And it's just, it's hard to think about and just juggle all these different things, but that's where it's at.
What it is. It's strategy. And I got a feeling, folks, I really do have a feeling that the Democratic, I don't have a feeling, I'm just going to say the Democratic Party's done. Like you're watching the end of them right now. And like whatever's going to happen in 2028, whatever it is, it's just going to be the remnants of the party. They may, I think they're purposely keeping people like AOC and Gavin Newsom out there just to keep the party in the gutter. So it would go against us if we arrested AOC or Gavin Newsom right now. It'd be better to get them later. Let's get them later. Let's let them continue destroying the government, the Democratic Party. Never interrupt an enemy that's busy destroying himself. Right? I mean, that's part of the art of war. So leave them out there. Leave them out there like AOC, Bernie Sanders. Let them stay out there. Keep them ruining the party. And then take down the big players, but keep the other ones out there like Chum, and then later down the road you get them all. So that's what I think that's what I'm seeing in the strategy here. I don't know about you. What do you see?
Yeah, no, that could be right. And I did notice that Bernie Sanders was behind bulletproof glass at the No Kings protest.
Wow.
So all the people that speak in front of all these leftists, they know they better be behind bulletproof glass. But people like Charlie Kirk who wanted to.
Dude, I'm interested to see what Candace Owens brings about Charlie Kirk, man. I'm like excited about this. Ooh, she's better watch her back though. Like I brought up some questions about like Erica Kirk. I don't think, me personally, I don't think Erica Kirk's bad. I had someone on the podcast that brought up some questions about her. I couldn't imagine in a million years that she'd be part of anything nefarious. I don't think so.
Me neither.
Personally. Yeah, I don't think so. So, but it's, still deserves a part of the discussion because we got to look at all sides here, because now she's being protected by the same people that were protecting Charlie, right? Like that's who she has as her security detail now. Like that's weird to me, bro.
Right.
I would replace everybody.
Right. We'll replace everybody. Yeah.
That's so weird to me. I don't know. There's a lot here, man. There's just a lot to this, and like it is so confusing. But let's see what Candace Owens does. Let's see what she brings to the table.
Yeah.
Elaine Lutz, thank you so much. Elaine,
thanks,
thank
Elaine.
you. All right, we're out of here. Thank you, Alex.
All right, thanks, Dino. See you, everybody.
All right, and the new heavyweight champion of podcasting and the black sheep of broadcasting, folks. Thank you for the prayer.